Back at it again, Sport and Culture Podcast. We got a special guest with us today. Actually, a legend in Forex trading, Q Banks.
What's going on? What's going on?
So go ahead and tell us how you got the name Q Banks.
It first started with Q, C-U-E. It's like Q without the Q. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cool. I got it first in high school. It's something I was kind of just working with. You know what I'm saying? Just trying out, just making like a name for myself first, and then over time it just stuck. You know, it stuck after high school, college, and then inside the real world.
I know you're from Jamaica, so where were you raised? You were raised in Jamaica too?
I left Jamaica like around 11 years old, and then after that, been living over here ever since.
Okay,
but I'll go back like every year though.
Yeah, so South Florida.
South Florida, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
South Florida raised them.
Yeah.
What school did you go to? Like high school?
Flanagan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Flanagan High School. So that's I'm fine. So
You played them in football, right?
Yeah.
They used to beat us.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I didn't play against them. But
if you talk about a track team though, you know what I'm saying? That's
did you play football? You played,
that's track. That's track.
Okay.
That's track. That's
that's
like my go-to. Yeah.
That's funny because what you do now, do you actually need the school education that you actually learned?
I mean, I went to college for like about a year and a half, focusing on like first accounting, then I switched to nursing, then I switched to physical therapy. So I mean, like I was all over the place, but I don't use
you don't
any of that.
necessarily need that to.
Nah, but it's cool to look back on it and be like, yeah, damn, like I learned a lot, you know. But inside the real world, I don't use any of those tools at all. Yeah.
I was going to say the same.
I wanted to start off with this. Yeah. You've been an entrepreneur since high school, jailbreaking phones, and you've been hustling like since high school days.
Even like middle school days.
Oh, middle school days. Okay, dang. So I know I was watching one of your videos and you were talking about how you came from Jamaica, you didn't have a green card, so you couldn't work.
No. Yeah.
So you pretty much did jailbreaking phones and other things to find a way to get money.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was just like, I mean, I feel like I was like that dude in high school that like, you know, anybody go to for like electronics or that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I had like a link some way somehow to get something. So
it was a plug.
A little plug, like nothing crazy, but yeah.
So it used to be those dudes that fix the screens.
Nah. I did more like technical hacking. Yeah, like the more like digital stuff. Like I wasn't really into the whole.
Yeah, I remember in high school stealing what was the iPad touches, the iPod touches.
That was a come up.
Yeah,
people used to always try to steal them. Like I remember back in high school, like people, it was like break into like the lockers and shit.
Yeah, to steal the iPhone touches.
Crazy,
like hack them and then use them and sell them.
It was a hot commodity, man. Jailbreaking and everything.
That was a landmine. Leave your stuff in the locker, you're dumb.
Yeah.
It was getting tough.
Yeah, because back then I feel like.
Or if you leave it where you playing basketball, you leave it on the floor or something like that.
All that. Yeah. So just try to keep it close to you. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's dope.
So you said your first paycheck was the $300 from a warehouse.
Yeah.
When you look back at that, do you like laugh at it or like?
Nah. Because I feel like it's a part of the process. You know what I'm saying? You can't really laugh at anything. I feel like that way, I actually I had to work for my money. So like that gave me the value of money. You know what I'm saying? So like that was like my starting point. And then I felt okay with that $300. Like because that was my first time ever getting a paycheck. So I mean going from that point, I could be like, okay, cool. Like, I worked this amount of hours. I got paid $300. So if I, get paid more within that same amount of time, then that shows that I'm like increasing my value over time or income some way. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like, let's say if a person never even got that value of money at a young age, they don't know how to actually respect a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, know that, all right, I can make this amount to pay bills or that kind of stuff. I got a budget. You know what I'm saying? So like I actually started budgeting with that money that I was getting from there. So over time, actually could get better with it.
That is
the starting point.
If you think about it, most kids, if they grow up with money, most kids are like, I don't care about it. They don't
exactly.
They don't appreciate
you don't understand the value.
Exactly, and they just like either spend it recklessly or just I guess just spend way too much to the point that you have other people looking at them like, damn, like you slow down or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it gets kind of crazy.
What happens is the person who doesn't have money gets into a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then they run into trouble.
Like inherit type thing.
No, like football players or like entertainers or something like that.
And it's funny.
You go from super broke to having like millions of dollars.
I was
when they retire, they go broke again.
I was talking to a friend about that literally like about a week ago. I was like, there's people that get a lump sum of money, and there's people that build money over time. I feel like the people that just get a lump sum of money, like they never ever can make it because they don't know how to actually generate the income. Versus the person that pretty much came from nothing and then build up over time, they could pretty much, they learn how to actually generate the income. So even when they have a lot of money, they can still make it. Because that's why people that win a lotto, they go broke all the time. Because they just get, all right, here, 20 mil tomorrow.
So
now what?
You're just going to spend. But you're not spending on investments. You're not spending on something that's going to bring cash flow. You're just
reckless.
Spending on cars or
People don't understand that though. But I just recently learned that like you gotta let the money work for you. Saving money is not doing nothing. Leaving it in your bank is not helping you. You can stack up $1 million and still not do nothing for you. You gotta let it work for you.
Exactly.
Cash flow, like you said.
Yeah.
And that's how people stay rich or get richer.
Exactly. Because I mean, it's you gotta save though. You have to save to a certain extent to even be able to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So I mean, at the same time, it's like over time you kind of notice that, all right, I can have, let's say 50,000 is out of bank here, but the next month it's the same 50K. So like knowing how to actually, take even a portion of that money right there, invest, like let's say 20-30% of it to actually, make that work for you. I remember like back in like, let's say like my early 20s and everything, like I had, let's say $8,000, right? Saving up and whatnot, right? And I used to invest in certain things to actually, make even like, let's say double it up or triple it up some way, somehow, you know what I'm saying? And after that, that's when I got into like, all the stuff that I do now, because at the same time, like, it just makes sense to invest a small amount to get back a big amount.
Okay.
So
I know
so it's rewards.
Misconceptions is like with Forex, it's not passive income.
It's not passive income. No.
So it's the actual, it's a job, or it's something that you have to turn into your career.
You don't have to turn it into a career. I feel like when it comes to that, like you could use it as like a part-time income. And you got to grind for throughout the entire week or the entire month, like depending on the kind of trader that you are. But I mean, you got to actually be able to understand what you're looking at to even make it work for you. But it's definitely not passive though, because if you do nothing, then you're not going to really make anything.
Yeah. So it's and the misconception is this almost like day trading.
There's a bunch of types of trading. There's day trading. There's like you could scalp. There's swing traders. Like there's different kind of traders. So like it depends on like your schedule inside your day, and how much time you want to actually give to the market, every single day.
Can you be successful if you only put like 2 or 3 hours a day?
It'll take a while. It'll take a while. I mean, anything is possible, but it's like you're going to put a smaller amount of time every single day, but it's going to take a longer period of time to actually hit. It's kind of like saying you're going to college, but only taking
one class.
One class.
Eventually, you're going to graduate.
Eventually,
fast.
Exactly. It might take a long time.
We were just talking about this before outside about how the number percentage of people who are successful in Forex is 10%.
Yeah, I think it's probably even smaller than that at times, honestly. Like, because you would think that like a certain amount of people is going a certain way, then they're all making money and whatnot. Like a lot of people, this is where the psychology comes in also. A lot of people they try to do the opposite or like be the but try to catch like a prime area inside the market, but that prime area is never what they think it is, because they can't really understand it. So those are people that try to actually trade. Let's say we call it, they trade the reverses versus the people over here that's trying to trade more of a continuation type thing. Because the people that's on this side, they want to catch a bounce. But the people on this side, they want to catch the continuation of a move.
Yeah.
So the one that's like more likely to happen is the continuation of the move versus actually trying to catch like a bounce.
So it's like playing the lotto kind of.
No,
I'm saying the bounce is like, it's like the stock market, or if you're trying to get like a penny stock, it turns into like $1 million stock.
Not.
Is that?
It's like just trying to catch a prime area for.
It's guessing.
No.
I think it's probability, right?
It's
more probability.
It's more of a probability because you can win every single trade. It is possible, but you have to have the understanding and the education to pretty much get you there. Like gambling is gambling. That's 50-50.
Yeah.
On the trading side, if you're more knowledgeable, then it will be okay. That 50-50 might turn into exactly 70-30, then 80-20, and then so on and so on. So it depends on the person's like edge to a certain extent, but it's definitely not gambling though, because you could actually be educated to actually get past that 50-50 stage though.
Okay. How did you get into to Forex?
From when I was like 20 years old, like I used to trade stocks, like the stock options. And that's pretty much like the same concept as like, trading Forex with binaries in a sense, but stock based. And, that kind of gave me the concept that, buy low, sell high, that kind of thing. So when you're on those kind of sites and like, like broker sites, they have ads that pretty much give you like different, assets that could be traded as well. Like there's cryptos, there's currencies and that kind of stuff. So a Forex ad used to always pop up and, check it out, open up like a account. And then from there, I was pretty much introduced to Forex. I wasn't trading it.
Damn, that was like
because
God sent him a sign. Like,
yeah.
Click on me, click this.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I wasn't good at it because I couldn't really understand it, but I pretty much understood the concept first. And then I kind of put it to the side for a couple of years. And then when I turned like around 24 or 25, that's when I kind of got back in the groove because a lot of people were being exposed to it, like on Facebook. And yeah, man, from there, I started linking up with other people that were like, just as passionate as me. And then we pretty much just all grew from that point.
Was this when you was at Target or?
Yeah, like, it was around that same time period, actually, like when I started doing like just online money stuff, just like online businesses and that kind of thing. So, I mean, that was when I was working at Target. So pretty much whatever I was doing online, I used to pretty much just, try to, convince certain people at work, like, yo, like this is what I'm doing, this and that, yo, try it out, why not? But mindset wise, it wasn't really there, as far as they didn't really see like what I saw. And from there, that's when I actually just, started focusing on Forex because people started, getting really, really into it.
Is it?
And yeah.
Is it like network marketing? Cause
yeah, first, I mean, the first thing I did was not network marketing. First, I did it was like a referral type stuff, like, yo, this person paid for this package and then you get back this amount, that kind of thing. So that was my first like introduction to making money online.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something like Primerica.
No.
I think we all been through something like that.
True.
It's
I did MCA.
I did that too.
I did MCA.
I did everything you could think of. And every time, I remember one person, like Philip, or I think it was Philip, somebody or Matt, somebody was like, hey, are you busy today? I said, nah.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Are you busy today? I said, nah.
Like a script.
Yeah, you can tell when
yeah.
So they're like,
can't tell you why.
Yeah, I say, so I was like, why are you asking me? Just come, man. You're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. I said, hey, please don't tell me it's one of these ACN, Primerica. I started naming all the companies.
Everything.
Yeah, I started saying, wake up now. I said, please don't tell me one of those bullshit. And he was like, oh, you know about that? I was like, yeah. He's like, I was like, bro, it's not worth it, bro.
Nah, see, look, all right, so I have a different outlook on that because, I mean, the thing
let me say something before that. I'm not gonna say it's not worth it because I'm not gonna lie. It's not even that. If you was in the beginning stages, you're making money, but it taught me business mindset. It taught me the game.
Correct.
So that's why I say it's worth. That's why I always say go ahead and go, and then you find out for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you decide. It works for you. Then
yeah.
Most people that went there it didn't work out for them. But I would like to say that it taught me how they operate the business. It taught me stuff. I took
like
notes and everything. Yeah.
The sales training was good.
That's what I'm saying. They had good training.
Yeah.
For me, I just never paid for anything. I was not gonna pay for that. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying that like when it came to that, I feel like it kind of puts you in that network of people. Cause remember, like if we go outside like right now, right, and you find like a random person. That random person is not going to know anything that we're talking about. More than likely, the chance of it that they actually know what we're talking about is very, 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 very slim. Yeah. So I feel like it's good that it was introduced to us that kind of way, kind of like like a lure type of way.
So it's marketing regardless if you do it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then
if you think about it, we're talking about them still.
That's true.
Yeah, we're giving
and that's how you get into it. Yeah. And that's how you kind of get into it. But from there, I feel like that's when you're exposed to other ways on how to actually make money online because you're now in one, So I mean, like it's beneficial for the main fact that it introduces you to another way on how to make money. And on the flip side, also, if you're good at it, then you can make a lot of money from that.
Most people, what they do is branch off and do their own thing, and then they start, and then now they're making money off the same thing. They the same concept they did.
Yeah,
that's what I see. That's what I usually see.
Because like my first introduction, like I mean, it was from Facebook, and then we pretty much used the Facebook platform to actually generate leads and that kind of stuff. And it worked out for me. Like my shit was popping like back in the day on MCA. But that pretty much gave me an opportunity to pretty much, you know, save that money to invest when I was reintroduced to Forex when I was I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? So like when that happened, I had some kind of stash here to pretty much invest and then, you know, get my learning on.
So now you use the actual product, and then that's how you generate your money now.
Yeah, like I mean, I have
multiple.
I have like 7, 8 companies. You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot, but at the same time, like that's what I'm known for, and that's like my forte to actually give me all of the that's like the main source to my other branches.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, like that's like the bread and butter right there.
You gotta have different multiple revenues. You can't just have one because this is getting crazy out here.
Yeah, because I trade, I have my business, I have a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like that's the bread and butter. Like if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be able to, you know, branch off to give my value in other ways also.
That jump started you.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
So how much like monthly can like a successful Forex trader generate?
Didn't you hit like 64K 1 month one time?
Month, nah, it's way more than that. But
it's
just like you can never put a number on that. You can't, because at the same time, like there's certain times that like even like yesterday I made 11,000. You know what I'm saying? Like this past week 23,000. So it's like it's a lot. Look, boom, week 23K. You know what I'm saying? $15,000 investment and $23,000 in just like a week. So at the same time, that's just like 1 week. There's certain times that I have weeks that I did a 3K to like 64. And then 1 week I did 1,500 to like 74. You know what I'm saying? So like there's certain times that depending on the market conditions, if you could have a fucking great week or a freaking awesome week or a terrible week. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends.
So the market of Forex is connected to the stock market, or what kind of market is it?
It's like the currency market is the currency market, right? Like that's just that's dealing with actual money, like the euro, the USD, the odd, CHF, like all that stuff, right? And then you have stocks, which is based on businesses, you know, and which can also be backed by the currencies as well. You know what I'm saying? Because the currencies are being invested in the stocks and so on and so on and so on.
Interconnected.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the currency market is just a lot more volatile than the stock market, and plus it takes a lot less capital to invest in the Forex market compared to the stock market. The stock market is for like the big dogs, like you know, that kind of thing.
Or Buffett.
So big you money can't necessarily put Forex trading. I don't know if they're assets or whatever the case is. You can't put them into your portfolio.
No, you can't. It's because it's not tangible all too much. It's just all digital. It's just it's just you pretty much anticipating a certain price point based off of the current market conditions, and then making money from that move in particular.
Gotcha.
So it's not nothing that you can actually hold at all. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the pros and cons to signals?
Okay, so the pros are first the cons. I feel like it's better to start with bad and then you just end it off. The bad part is that at times it's kind of like training wheels. And let's say you get lazy and then you never want to take off the training wheels. Like what happens? You might get handicapped. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that could make a person too dependent on like a industry that's self-sufficient. Because in Forex, like you don't need anybody to make money. So imagine if you were so dependent on the signals the entire time that now you stop getting the signals and now you can't make money anymore. That's the bad part. It can handicap you to the point that you might just not want to learn on your own over time.
That, and what if the person you're paying to do signals dies or next day or something like that? Now the person that's giving you the information or doing the work for you, now you have to look for somebody else.
If that, or you might just try to find somebody else and they're not good enough.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's up and down. Like I mean, I know a lot of good signal providers. Even like my business partner also, he gives signals. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, his clients also understand that they got to learn, on their own also. So that if they're getting a signal, then they could actually do their own analysis based off of that to actually benefit them. Mm-hmm. But now,
you met people that when they do the signals that they just get comfortable and they don't
want to learn anymore. That's why like with my students, you know, it's all self-sufficient. I don't give signals because it turns into a job over time. You know what I'm saying? And like once
and they're relying on you.
Yeah, and then once anything turned into a job, like I'm not with it. Like I just feel uncomfortable and I just want to leave. You know, I don't like schedules
I forgot at all. I was listening to somebody successful, you know, saying once it becomes a job, then it just
it's not funny when you want to do it.
Facts.
You do it now, yeah. That's probably why. You seen the headline to Andrew Luck?
Yeah. Well, he retired.
Yeah, really retired 2 weeks before.
He kept going through injury, and it's like at some point when you're going through rehab for 4 straight years, you're like, I just don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah,
mentally it drains.
Mentally, yeah.
Do you ever get drained mentally by all the work that you do?
No, because and this might sound crazy, like, but at the same time,
I'm sure you put in a lot of hours.
No, I think no, I don't. Because okay, so this is the thing. I do it at my own leisure. You know what I'm saying?
You do it when you feel like doing it.
I do it when I feel like it. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do a lot. But I do it because I have something that's bigger in mind also, which is my brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm working for. Like even when I do my classes, like how I did like across the whole, that week alone I put in 50 hours, but I impacted over 20 lives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those 20 lives are gonna also, you know, want to help me, you know, expand the brand, you know, to actually keep on helping people. You know what I'm saying? So that's more of a bigger picture. So it's not even about the 50 hours. That's more of the passion that I'm doing. That certain things that it might be like work, you know, because it kind of gets draining and everything. But certain things like teaching, it doesn't really drain me mentally because that's what I actually enjoy. Because that's what I actually been working the past. Well, not really working, but like putting towards all my grind the past couple of years, to even get to the point that I could spit information and make other people understand it to the point that they could also gain value to help expand the brand and also build themselves also.
Do you ever feel like you'll probably retire from trading?
No.
Do it forever?
It doesn't make sense. Once again, it's at your own leisure. You know what I'm saying? Like I could not trade an entire month and then probably trade like, let's say 2 weeks out of next month and then boom, you know, I have enough income to last me for a good couple months.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not something like you know, like in sports where like sometimes you gotta like stay in the game so you can keep your skills sharp a little bit.
I mean that's important also, but I feel like once you gain that passion first, which is very, very important, like to actually really, really fall in love with it first, you kind of get into the habit of, you know, wanting to be on the charts and like, you know, like wanting to actually put in a certain amount of time to get things, you know, in your head. Mm-hmm. So like once it's in your head, you have a certain workflow on how you actually work whenever you're, you know, on that chart. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to be on it 24/7, but that's why I never really take off an entire month. Like I'll not trade for an entire month, but that doesn't mean that I won't analyze throughout the entire month.
You're always checking the market.
Yeah, of course, because, you know, that's what we're interested in. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of like, you know, we could read about financial stuff here. We could hear about this and hear about that to help us, you know, gauge what's really going on inside the market.
Okay, yeah. What's your routine?
Like daily routine?
Yeah.
Like when I wake up type thing?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, now or just like because now
I guess a trading day.
Yeah, because now it's a little bit different. Because now I have a daughter now too, so it's kind of like, you know, things.
She wakes you up now.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the trading day wise, I mean, I'm to the point that I have a ton of time of hours on the charts, so I don't have to really be on it as much anymore. I actually kind of like gauge certain times that, let's say, high impact news coming out or big events that actually push the market. That's when I actually, you know, get on the charts. Like let's say I'm on the charts, let's say 11 p.m. at night. News coming out like around 8:30, 9 o'clock that following day that actually, you know, line up with my technical analysis to go in a certain direction inside of markets. So me actually knowing that concept now, I could actually, yes, put in orders to actually benefit from that and make money. But on this end, you know, I'm going to wake up like around, let's say 7:30, 8 o'clock to actually analyze before all that happens to then benefit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not on it, let's say 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock inside the morning all the way through the entire night. I'm only on it when I actually need to be, and I'm monitoring it throughout the entire day.
Is that the problem with most people that are new? Because I see people on Instagram like Forex trading. I've been up all night, 11 to like 6 in the morning.
It's not even worth it. I feel like for like when you're first starting, you know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta put in the time.
You gotta put in the time, you know, and that's like very important.
That's what anything.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta kind of like go in overdrive, you know. So I feel like, you know, that's important for when you're first starting. But if you're fucking 3-4 years in, like, why the hell are you up? You know, get some sleep, get some rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your mind sharp now. But you already fell in love with it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to kind of go in that overdrive. But I mean, the 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the morning over time, it does make sense.
So you have a strategy you use, and that's what you teach your students.
Yeah,
and it's like 100% foolproof.
No, of course not. Nothing is foolproof. Then you got to.
That's what the signals too.
Yeah,
but it works for you. So obviously,
it works for me. But my win rate at times it could be 70%, 80% throughout the entire week. You know what I'm saying? So I could have, you know, certain L's that kind of put me down, but it's not going to keep me out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But
so
I mean, if it works for you, it would probably.
It's good enough
for you consistently. It
of course,
going to work for somebody.
But now it's not just about me teaching. Like I teach my students so they can get to a certain point. Like put them to like, let's say a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, right, in that range. And then from that point, you got to pretty much you know use your own head now to actually, you know, get over certain humps, skills. Psychological stuff, deal with, you know, a lot of the psychological barriers that you might encounter whenever you're trading. So I mean, I do my part, but the person has to do their part also.
Yeah, and I know like you have to keep up with like the politics and stuff. So like Donald Trump with the tariffs and China and stuff like that. Does that affect what you do?
It does a lot.
It affects business.
It does.
In general.
It does.
So like when you're voting, that's you're real like technical about who's gonna help you.
I can't vote, so I mean I don't really care for it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or like the tariffs, like you're gonna pay attention to that, and that's gonna change how you do your trading.
Yeah, that's like more fundamental analysis. I just started studying fundamental analysis actually like what was it, like a week and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's been helping me a lot these past couple weeks of trading since I started on get back on the charts this month. But you don't have to pay attention to it. Like I went through 3 years just pure technical analysis. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at the charts, analyzing just based off of how the candles are actually forming, that kind of shit. But if you go understand the political side, like how you're talking about with tariffs and whatnot, it could definitely benefit you also, because now you kind of have that edge to kind of like say, okay, if this is happening here, then more than likely it's going to be like a negative effect here. So if you look on the charts now and things look like it's going to be negative directional wise, that could line up with, you know, what you're actually seeing on the fundamental side.
It's like the cheat sheet.
It's a cheat sheet, yeah. Facts.
That's what most people have. Correct. I'm taking a class right now, money and banking, and my teacher was talking about how most after a Democrat and a Republican gets in office, most Republicans go straight to the stock market and they go to buy stocks off of people or companies that make rockets and stuff for war and stuff like that.
That's wild. I had no idea about that.
See, it's like a cheat sheet. They know exactly what to go, but most Democrats wouldn't know that. They would be like, why would I go buy some rockets and stuff for? For Republicans, they're rushing to get the stock for rockets and stuff because they most likely were about to do some stupid stuff. Like Republicans about to do something like Donald Trump or something like that. We're going to war. For me, it creates jobs, it creates money. Stock prices go up on that. And that threw me off, and I was like, whoa, dang.
Imagine if like Donald Trump was trading, right? Mm-hmm. And then he also made a post on Twitter to then affect what's happening over here.
He hedged it basically. He can't hedge it.
No, not even hedge it. Like why hedge it if he knows that like if I say something negative about this country, then this is gonna happen on the charts.
And then you start doing you anticipate what's gonna happen.
Exactly, based off of what he said. Yeah. Like that's how powerful like word of mouth is. Like when it comes to that level right there.
They said depending on what happens with Donald Trump leaving office or coming back into office is what's gonna mess up. Like it's gonna cause a recession. Or something. Yeah. So that shows you the power of politics and like how it moves Democrats or Republicans. That shows you how you got to pay attention to the market with that.
Yeah. Like even when it comes to things about the recession, I feel like you could looking at the visual aspect of all that, right? Because pretty much charting actually is like the visual aspect of what you're seeing on the news and that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the recession is pretty much expected to happen soon based off of, you know, what people are saying, but when a trader looks at the charts, it makes sense also. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like it visually just makes sense compared to the like, you know, hearing it on the news and they're not really showing you any kind of like real proof. But when we look on the charts, we see declines, we see the highest price points, we see breaks of support, we see all kind of things happening because that's what we're actually able to analyze. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like if you just see it on the news, it's only going to get so far in your head because you can't really see what's going on.
You have to actually visually see yourself, check the market every day.
It's like a cheat code, like straight up. Like that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm sending both.
What's the difference between MetaTrader 4 and 5?
MetaTrader 4 and 5.
Because I know most people use 4, but why don't you use 5? What's the difference?
I think 5 is for more like big brokers like FXCM and Oanda, like those brokers that been around for like a long ass time and everything. And MetaTrader 4 just kind of like works with all of the upcoming brokers or offshore brokers and that kind of shit. So I mean, like I think MT4 is just more open to brokers using their platform compared to MT5, which is a bit more strict. So they kind of cut off like a lot of smaller brokers, But it's not really beneficial to go to 5. Like I don't really see the difference. You still can analyze on 4. You can still trade on 4, make money on 4. Yeah, it's not really crazy benefit.
Okay, and how long should you stay on demo?
Once again, what I'm saying, it's based off of the human being. You know what I'm saying? Like if a person is mentally strong to actually put in the kind of work that they're supposed to and fall in love with it and put in that hours of work, I feel like that could actually cut that learning curve to actually then go live. But I mean, I wouldn't really put a time on when you're supposed to get off a demo, because you got to put into the fact that what if the person's only studying an hour a day, what I'm saying, versus the person over here which is studying let's say 10 hours a day. Who's gonna go live faster? The person that's going 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's based off the person also.
Do you feel like it's important to be on demo? Because some people feel like skip that process and they can go straight to it.
Why risk real money now when you just start something that is brand new? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really worth losing hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why they always consider that learning curve in trading kind of like paying tuition, and that tuition can get real expensive. You know what I'm saying? So like, why not just play with fake money, right? Understand where you're going right, where you're going wrong, and then pretty much be more confident to go live. But if you skip it, you're literally just
you're
outside of wild. It's like, is it really worth it? Nah, not really.
All right. And how do you reduce FOMO?
Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out happens, I feel like, to people that just want it like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They want to be rich like yesterday. Versus the person that pretty much understands that there's always going to be an opportunity inside the market, like literally throughout the entire day, throughout the entire week, throughout the entire month, throughout the entire years. A person that pretty much understands that, they're not in a rush to catch a move. Versus the person that has a fear of missing out, they're going to pretty much, have a perfect trade. They might miss it, and then they just want to be a part of it so bad that they're going to take that high risk opportunity, and then fuck up. So they're literally trying to get in at the worst areas of the market with the highest risk. You know what I'm saying? So like, they have a need to be a part of like a big move inside the market.
It's funny.
Like, it's just an urge.
The way you explain that is how my teacher explained the stock market, and he was saying that exactly what you said is why rich people last longer, because they just chilling. They have the money.
Yeah.
They buy the stock.
Over
time. When people who wants quick money, fast money, they go for the big deal and then they fuck up.
Yep. Too much. It's like you're literally going balls deep, like instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like when you could just pinch, but each pinch is getting bigger over time. It's kind of like you're compounding and whatnot, but it's not really worth trying to just get rich overnight. That's kind of people that have that fear of missing out. People that just really want to get rich, overnight.
And I know you have a daughter. Congratulations to that.
Appreciate it.
When are you going to start teaching her the trade?
I'm not really going to teach her it. Like, I feel like that's like something that if she wants to learn, then she will learn. But I feel like she's going to be around it, so she'll understand it. So I feel like, I don't have to sit her down like, hey, like this, no, like she'll be around it. Like,
I think she'll naturally ask questions.
Yeah, because even like now, like I was feeding her a couple of hours ago, like, I'm on the charts the entire time, but she's in my arm. So over time, when she could actually comprehend like what's being shown, she'll start to ask questions and everything to actually, you know, then learn about it slowly. But I'm not gonna force it upon her, you know.
Are you gonna like are you gonna push like school, or are you gonna push like more entrepreneur?
No, school, go ahead, school. If you don't want to go to school, then that's your choice. But definitely have an option though, because I'm nowhere close to being against school. Like, that's knowledge. Knowledge is power at the end of the day. So it's like, if you feel like you want to go to school and want to have that college experience, go ahead. If not, that's fine too. Like, you can still make money regardless.
Debt, though. I would be against the debt.
I feel like this.
I've seen a lot of people screwed up.
No, but it's a thing. But it's a thing though. I get that, right? But this is what you're here for. While you're, you know, growing up, you're supposed to be on your grind and on your shit, so your kids don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to just make every generation that happens the same? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's that there, but what if daddy been grinding his whole come up, you know, so that could actually benefit her? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like it's kind of like the parents' choice to be in the parents' responsibility to be in a position to, you know, give whatever their daughter wants or like their son wants.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So
we
like,
should want our kids to be better than us.
Of course.
Not 100%. But if you don't have like the money to send her away, whatever the case is, for me, I've seen so many people screwed up off of debt. Unless you want to pursue like the doctor, the lawyer, the engineer type thing, but like if you want to be like theater, and then go into $100,000 of debt.
That's just like
I gotta teach entrepreneurship.
That's
I rather teach
theater. That's just like because I can imagine you talking to your daughter.
No, I'm theater because the kids won't understand the outcome. Like, you have fun for the 4 years, but I can't tell you how many people I run into where their credit is screwed up because of the amount of debt, and then like, would they take it back?
I feel
maybe not,
I feel like that's being you got to be responsible. That's where responsibility comes in and whatnot, to actually even like want to take on certain credits to help you get to a certain point. But once again, you got to look at your backing. Like, what did your foundation set up for you so that wouldn't even be an issue? Like, what if, you know, she does want to be that doctor that, okay, this should cost $200,000 in total. Okay, daddy, you got to be inside that position to even, you know, pay that. Because that's what she wants, and you always want every single generation to be better than the last. Like, why wouldn't I want that for her? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I mean, it's a risky thing to actually take on, but once again, that's the person's parents' responsibility to put them in like a strong foundation. So like, whatever they want to do with their life, that's what it is.
No, I agree with you.
You know, so I can't really fight the whole school thing. Like, that's entrepreneurship. I feel like it comes to the person.
True.
Like, if you can't
influence.
You can't go to school. True, but you can't go to school and learn entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
But it is a major also.
Yeah, it is. I actually took it, but most classes in schools going to teach you how to work a job.
Okay. Wow.
And
yeah.
The structure is almost like how to work a job too.
Exactly.
So like, for me, I feel like I'm gonna push on my kids ownership. Now you can definitely go to school, but we got to be smart about if I don't have the funds to send you to school, we got to be smart about how
can we go around this.
Yeah. Because I'm not against school either, but I'm against $100,000 and you work in just a regular job.
True.
That's insane.
Because I know some people that have masters and whatnot, and they still work
because you gotta
at Walmart.
What does this master's do? Like, people don't understand, like, just because you have a degree doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna make all this money. So
that's the thing. Like, if she does decide to go to college for something good.
Yeah, we're gonna work together to find out what.
But something that's worth going to college for. Exactly. Like you said, like doctor, lawyer, anything that's like more, you know, up there as far as like profession and everything else. Sure. Like, but at the same time, if you're going to school for arts and that kind of shit, like
we could
theater,
find a way to learn.
Go around that.
Necessarily
exactly.
Take on that debt.
Save some money. Like, why not? You know, because that debt is it's pretty hefty to take on. I mean, I know like one person that has like $300K of debt, and listen, and they're not even done with school yet.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like just understanding like, you know, what the people from the past had messed up in as far as how they actually went about stuff. You know, just be that better generation to actually make it not happen. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of generation, do you feel like we need to give our kids a head start by like? 'Cause I see people do this too. Like they put their kid's name on credit and stuff like that ahead of time to build their credit and stuff like that. Do you agree with that, or?
Of course, yeah. For the main fact that credit is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like your on credit score, that kind of shit. That shit means a lot. It's pretty much saying that like how responsible are you, in a sense, right? So I mean, if you start your kid or even get them like authorized user from like let's say 16 years old, you know, and you're pretty much using that card the entire time, but it's going onto their credit.
Yeah, it's education.
Yeah. But it's putting them in a good spot when they pretty much have knowledge to even leverage that credit at that point.
Because I mean, I could understand a 17, 18-year-old is like, I'm not gonna pay it. It doesn't matter. Then you rack up all these collections, and when it's time to get a house or whatever the case is, a car,
not gonna work out.
You're like, oh, this was important.
Yeah.
So it's the education
was at that age.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's on the parents, and I think it's on the schools. If they're gonna teach you something, teach you that's essential to your lifestyle in any form. Like you're gonna need it at some point. So like they should have a curriculum.
School's not gonna teach you that though. Like when you're done with school, you're literally out there in the wild.
Yeah, they throw you on the fire. You're on your own.
And then if your credit gets fucked up, that's on you.
Exactly. And then you learn about it 5-7 years later. You're like, oh, you feel me?
Yeah. But that's very important. Like imagine this scenario like real quick. Like let's say you did get that authorized user, right? The parents are using the card the entire time. The kid is benefiting from the actual scores and everything. And then, like, let's say the kid gets to a certain age and then they want to actually get a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, get like a business credit and that kind of shit and, you know, take advantage of that. But that first started based off of the parents putting them in a position to actually prosper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's where the parents' responsibility is just as important as, you know, the kid to actually, you know, focus on trying to get better in life in a sense. Because like if we even start that process from early, they could start using credit cards like around probably 18 and everything to like buy small stuff, gas and that kind of shit.
Yeah, and then there's so many different ways to use it, and it can definitely help you if you are business minded.
Definitely, yeah.
To help you with the investments and getting whatever you need to get.
Yeah, and you're saving a lot of money also, and I feel like you could even like you could save a lot of money, but also you could pretty much, you know, get more out of it as far as gaining more score, like more like your score sheet, leveraging, yeah. Like you're just putting more on your credit to actually say that you have like a nice strong credit. It's like it's not high and weak, you know, it's high and thick because you have so much stuff on it, a car, a house, and that kind of shit.
History.
Yeah.
Before we go to the segment, there's a couple of things that we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Indicators and trading views. Go ahead and explain all that to the people who wants to try Forex, but they don't know where they start at. Those two things are definitely not where to start at, but so like where to start overall. Yeah.
Okay, so I always say this: the smartest thing for a person to do is first invest. Invest in education. Invest in something that could pretty much cut that learning curve by half. Why? Because now you're able to save money. All right. It's like you trying to take a high school SATs, but you never ever, you know, studied for it at all. You know what I'm saying? So like when you get to that test, you're not gonna know how to actually go about it because you never put in that conditioning to actually understand like what's going on. So invest in the education first. So when you get into the live market, you don't, you know, lose or beat another statistic, you know, of being that 90% of people that actually lose inside the market. You know what I'm saying? So educating yourself first, all right? That's why I have my platform, Wall Street Academy. That's pretty much a full educational platform all around the entire world. And then from there, you can dabble in small things. Even before Wall Street Academy, you could get on babypips.com. babypips.com. That's a pretty much a free platform that can pretty much teach you the most basic stuff, the terminology, little concepts and major factors that actually affect the market. So when after that you get Wall Street Academy, then you pretty much are more knowledgeable on like how to actually read or understand everything that I'm talking about. From that's when you pretty much can get on analyzing platforms such as TradingView.com, and then pretty much learning how to use MetaTrader 4 to actually place the trades and make money from there. So it's kind of like, it's like one big system of stuff that make you, prosperous from early. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into the segment.
Okay.
Gotcha,
So
man.
basically, you ask, pick 5 questions, read them out, answer them truthfully as you can.
5 questions. Okay. Have you ever had a one-night stand? I mean, I had my bachelor days. You know what I'm saying? Happened one time. Yeah, like I was like 22 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like club. All of a sudden, that happened. So yeah.
I have to live off the Sunday.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, like everybody lives. Everybody lives. All right. All right. This one. What was the last dirty dream you had? I'm probably, after, me and my girlfriend having sex, something, just to keep on dreaming, definitely, so.
Good answer.
That's a good answer.
It's kind of fresh. Okay. Have you ever had a friend with benefits? Of course. You know what I'm saying? I was, in that time in my life that I didn't want any kind of commitments, but I definitely wanted the benefits, and I feel like, I was in that flexing stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just coming up, you know what I'm saying? I just started seeing some good money and everything else. So, like, just flexing every now and then, like, that had to happen, I guess.
Slapping girls with buddy, strippers.
Oh, God. And it's funny because I've barely been to a strip club. I've only been to a strip club probably one time.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, so, what's this one? What is one secret what is one secret your ex don't know about? I don't know. It's so long ago. I don't even know. Okay. Last one. Can you admire other people while you're in a relationship? Admire, I don't know about that. Admire means like, you're like, oh.
You and your girl can't be like, I think she kind of thick.
Oh, I think, yeah, but I thought you meant admire kind of like, just like really, really stare at them type thing. Like just, oh my gosh, I admire you so much. Like something like that. Or, but we could definitely say like, yo, like that girl's pretty as shit. Yeah. Like,
it just can't be you.
Nah. Like, and
it has to be like a group effort.
Yeah, because if it's me, then that means that I was looking.
That's out of line, kind of.
Yeah, it gets
it just depends on the female, but for the most part, you don't want to.
So you don't feel like a guy, like you a guy at the end of the day.
She's a female. A guy,
yeah.
But some
so
girls,
she's not. She loves you.
Yeah.
But she can still say, yeah, like how most women have like a celebrity crush. Like,
true.
I think some girls
because that celebrity is so out of reach that it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, that's different. Though. Yeah. But I'm saying if somebody walks past you, I think it's like, I don't know, because what if a dude walks past her?
We're not judging the dude, though.
No, I'm saying for her, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, dude is fine as hell.
No.
Then it's like...
Nah.
It's a violation.
That's a violation.
But I'm saying, like, she can, like, in her head think that.
Yeah, in your head you think whatever you want.
but it's like, to judge a guy, it's more like you're judging, like an alpha. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person that just, like, wants to be in charge and that kind of shit. No, like, it's only always one alpha. Yeah. So it's like, we could say, like, a female. Yeah. Exactly. We could say, oh, yeah, yo, she's pretty as shit. I say it all the time.
It
means nothing.
But when a girl says it's like, he's something I can see, like, taking care of me, this and that.
Exactly.
You don't feel like that it's because men have fragile egos, though?
Nah, because, like, I feel like as a man, we don't ever want to, even think about another man, doing something with our female. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, that's just how a man thinks. Like, we got to pretty much, hold our house down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like, you could admire female-wise, but we're not going to judge another alpha. Like,
that is true, because when a guy gets cheated on, it's like his whole world crumbles. But a woman, it's easier for a woman for some reason to move past it, but for a guy, it's like...
It's the emotional
connection. Yeah, it's like it's like crushing him. Yeah. Like he feels like the world's ending or something.
Yeah, man.
You probably feel less than a man. You're like, I wasn't doing...
I probably wasn't... I wasn't enough or that kind of thing, or whatever the other person has, like probably has more than something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like it's like an ego crusher immediately. Yeah. But that's like the world kind of that's the world that we live in right now. So I mean, that's gonna happen.
Want to know? Ask. What does your logo stands for? Like, what is it? Like, what is it?
This right here is a bull. This is the FIP logo, as you see. Got it tatted also right there. That's when you know shit's real. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it tatted. But Forever and Profit is like the main overall brand and everything. Like that's the brand that me and my partner Ryan came up with in 2015 April, and we pretty much started that being the educational platform for trading and everything else. Now we have over like 8,000 students around the entire world inside that platform, and from there it kind of turned into like a lifestyle brand over time. So it's a brand for the education, but also over time we have the gear, we have shit that actually says you're Forever in Profit, because it says a lot more than just it being a name. Like it pretty much says how you want to live and how you want to go about things.
The lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you?
On Instagram mainly. Qbanks, QEBANKS on Instagram, and Quillen Black on Facebook. Yeah. So.
All right, thank you for coming by, man.
For the culture.
Gotcha, bro. Appreciate it.